I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Director Meyer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Roll call, please. Commissioner Stinson.
Here.
Vice Chair Scott.
Here.
Commissioner Mayers.
Here.
Commissioner Bacon. Are you there, Commissioner Bacon?
Here.
Chairman Metcalf.
Present.
We have a quorum, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Approval of minutes of June 10th, 2026.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes from our meeting on June 10th, 2026.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes of June 10th, 2026. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. New business. Cool PZ 260513. A minor general plan amendment request for approximately 160 acres of land located northwest of the intersection corner of South Highway 87 and East Hannah Road to change a business and commerce land use to an industrial and manufacturing land use as submitted by Tim Hansen of Hansen Engineering and Surveying on behalf of Paso Fino Horse Associates, LLC, in conjunction with the Clark Pacific Corporation, APN number 401-48-0113R.
Mr. Chair, members of the Planning and Zoning Commission, minor general plan amendments within the 2035 general plan, I had to remember what year it was, have a set of questions that must be addressed for any such proposal and an inventory of existing land uses within a quarter mile. The inventory of the quarter mile land uses is within the report, but just to keep it fairly straightforward, this is the graphic that we'll use for here. Once again, it's the business and commerce in the orange or red, whatever it looks like up here. Transitioning to the industrial and manufacturing, which is the purple, and you can see the predominance of such in the area there. That makes sense. This would allow for the rezoning aspect to an I2, which was heard before the last Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. The public hearing was conducted by the City Council and specifically tabled to this following Monday, so that in addition that this activity with a recommendation from the Planning and Zoning Commission would also proceed to the Monday so that these two could work in tandem together. Once again, for the 160 acres here, going from business and commerce to industrial and manufacturing, to allow for the I2 use for the Clark and Pacific proposal for the applicant who was here at the last meeting and provided some other detail about their business operations. So fairly straightforward. A representative for the applicant is here if need be, but hopefully this is fairly straightforward. So I turn it over to you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any questions on the dais?
I got a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
I've just got a question, maybe the applicant, if you want to come to
Tim?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Tim.
Tim Hansen, Hansen Engineering, 115 South Main Street here in Coolidge. Shoot.
All right. I was on number 3. It says, describe how the proposed amendment enhances or has no net impact on future water supplies. So I'm kind of curious what their water supply is going to be there, because I know that property hasn't been farmed in 20 plus years.
Address that.
Commissioner Scott, I know they have wells on the site
Okay.
that they're planning to utilize. I don't know. I know there's 2 wells. I don't know which ones they have rights to.
As long as they have wells there, then they can repurpose them.
If I could,
Yeah,
if I could,
I just didn't know which two.
yeah, they're currently looking at both of them. Converting them from ag to industrial. So they're going through the permitting process with ADWR.
Okay.
So that's one of the major, one of the many pieces of the puzzle to get this project going. So they are working on that.
So they are aware of water recharge and all that stuff. I guess ADWR will explain that to them.
Yeah, they have to comply with the requirements.
And they're not going to utilize any CAP water because there's none to utilize?
There's none there. They have the Katy Canal through there, so they're in active talks with crossing, getting a permitted crossing. So I don't know if they'll have access to that canal later on, if they could draft from it or not, but currently they've spoken to us about the 2 well sites.
Okay. Let's see. Then I guess they're already familiar with the soil down there in that area. That's that real bad flour dirt. So you
Yeah.
drive over it a couple times, you just get stuck.
Yeah, they'll, site improvements, they'll have to do surfacing, ground cover, all that to mitigate all that, soils reports for any construction, just to figure out how to deal with all that.
Okay,
That is,
I think that's about it.
okay.
Easy one.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, guys.
Public hearing. I'm going to open the meeting to the public. Anyone wishing to speak, please come to the microphone, state your name and address. You have 3 minutes. I'm going to close the public hearing. I need a motion.
Make a motion?
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman? Whoops. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve Cool PZ 26-05-13.
Second, anybody have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve Cool PZ 260513, a minor general plan amendment. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Cool PZ 260622. A conditional use permit request by Christine Savum of Atwell LLC on behalf of Allsaps Convenience Stores Incorporated, as authorized by Gavin Holdings LLC for a new 5,600 square foot retail store and fuel island and overhead canopy. A convenience food store with gas pumps in the General Services C3 zoning district on property located southwest of Highway 287 at Attaway Road, Coolidge, Arizona, APN number 209-15-008A. Phil.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Our first exhibit this evening is the general plan map amendment. As you can see, the location is urban neighborhood, as is all 4 corners of Highway 287. The current property within the red boundary here is 10 acres. The site is represented by the colored red area here, which would be about 5 acres, or a lot split would be undertaken after all these processes are done. As I move to the next slide, I'd just like to emphasize that this is the conditional use permit. It's the very definition of the convenience food stores that is the only thing that is the request tonight in relationship to the resolution, or at least the requirements underneath of that resolution. As we come to look at the zoning map, you can see that the C3 location covers this area. It's actually a larger 40-acre portion here between these 2 current parcels owned by the same ownership, who is making sale to the Allsaps here. And potential interest could be power centers, things of that nature. That's on some brokers' websites. Hopefully someday, sooner or later, that will develop. I can only tell you with our meeting with Arizona Water yesterday, that they were very excited about this development here because they've had a water line in here that they had to go through a lot of trouble to put in, so they're just very ecstatic that somebody's going to be tying into their water system. So just kind of a little FYI. So once again, this is just for the definition, not the architecture, not the site plan, the landscaping that is done through the site plan process that staff reviews. This was shared just as an opportunity to show you what the store is proposed to look like, at least at this particular time. Create a little bit of excitement from the front here, the two different sides. You can see how the site would be staged here with Highway 287 up there, Hadway here. In this location, you'd have a right in and right out. Once again, none of this stuff is technically the CUP, but I'm just sharing it. And then two full access points here, and then a little further here, it's underneath of the front of the store along Attaway. So that's what the proposal looks like. Once again, it's technically just for the definition. Christine with Atwell, who is from Wyoming. I was thinking she was Texas. That's actually the sign guys, is here to answer any questions. And if you'd like, Mr. Chair, you could have her approach the podium and she can add anything else to what I've just said.
Go ahead, Christine.
Hi, yeah, so I'm Christine Savium with Atwell. We're the consulting firm that represents Allsup's, also under the Yesway brand, if you've seen those somewhere. And we are proposing this site. They're excited. Arizona's kind of a new market for Allsup's, and so they're very excited about this. I think this might be the fourth store if we move forward to construction soon. And Phil gave a great summary of the site layout, and he's been great to work with getting this far to the hearing. So if you had any specific questions for me, I'm happy to answer.
Questions?
I had a couple.
Go ahead.
Did you get any comment cards back? Do you know how many letters you sent out to people living
I'd have to
within?
go back and look, but there was letters and the advertisement is listed within the staff report. I did not receive any questions or comments. I will say, however, in the prior months leading up to this submission, there must have been a little tire kicking going on around the intersection because there was inquiries of property to the north, which I believe is supposed to have been a Circle K site, but has never happened. I think it's still currently owned by them. But outside of that, nearby inquiry stuff going back several months, maybe even a little bit before Christmas, there was no commentary on this, so, or questions.
Did the applicant have a neighborhood meeting for the people that live within that distance?
A neighborhood meeting is not typically required for a conditional use permit.
Okay. Well, we had a case last month and people were left out there. So we need to, if it's appropriate, we need to start having them because I haven't seen that we've been having them. Just a comment.
Question?
Yeah,
Any
I'm
more?
done. Yeah, I don't have.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Open the meeting to the public. Anyone wishing to speak, please come up and give it to us.
Good evening, folks. My name's Noah Hiscox. Live at I have P.O. Box 309, Coolidge, Arizona, local farmer. I farm the lands that are just to the south, east and west of this property. And I just wanted to be sure I was clear on the entrances so that I can explain to, because we lease those farms, I don't own them. And I haven't had any questions from either one of the owners that are in the near vicinity, so I'm not sure if they were notified or not. I can get with somebody afterwards and make sure that you have the right addresses and so on, so we can contact the two farm owners.
The ownership of Sam Garden Holdings,
I'm
the
sorry?
current property owner?
No, the two properties that are just south of this, that would be close enough that they should be notified.
They would have been on the list when we go to the assessor's website. I actually add in an additional 10 feet, common practice I've done for decades and stuff, because sometimes when you turn on the corner, the tangent can sort of make it look like it's going to miss something. So I actually add in 310 feet, just the extra 10 feet to ensure on those turns and things. And that list was generated by that source. and then the mailings from that went forward, so.
Okay. Well, they're going to be asking me, and so I want to be sure and understand. That's all.
As far as the example that was shared, the one drive onto 287 will be right here, the other one's right here and about right here, so.
Will there be a separate lane, Phil, so that they,
A separate what?
a pull-off lane so that they won't be blocking traffic?
It depends on the requirements, because there's existing pipeline running north-south in that area of Attaway. This is typically done through the site plan review, so we'll be talking with our public works, obviously a little bit as needed with the county as they control the intersection, or ADOT as well too. So there is a requirement for a dedication of such, but the improvements, giving, once again, the location of the gas line and stuff may happen at a later time. Once again, that's going to have to be an engineering call as far as how that is approached, so.
Yeah, the gas line would be on the west side of that way.
Right, and typically a gas line is not typically underneath of a public right-of-way. So this is something that
It's in
would
the middle
probably,
of the bar ditch.
it's something that's going to take place probably years down the line, so.
And the reason I can tell you that is because I broke the top off from it when I worked for Mountain Bell Telephone Company back in the 60s.
Mhm.
And we opened up that high-pressure gas line up through there.
Yeah. And you're already aware that Arizona Water Company has the line on the east side.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like I
Well,
said, they were very excited yesterday that something's going to finally go in here and make use of the water line that they put in there, so.
Okay, well, I'll get with you and make sure that we, those people were notified. And
The list was, and even in reference to anything last month, it's not the place of wanting to debate about things when an applicant comes forward with an issue that they're concerned about, but that mailing was done properly with regard to Sandia. There was additional documentation that we were going to use if needed, but that was not necessary, so, because it was legally completed.
what's
And we'll get you the full list.
what's the distance? Is it,
300 feet.
300 feet. We'll get you the mailing list.
yeah, they would be just a little further than that, so that's why.
Yeah, we'll get you the mailing list to see if they were included with that.
Okay, thank you.
But we'd be happy to talk to them also.
Yes.
Thank you, Noah.
Thanks, buddy.
Anybody else wish to speak? I'll close the public hearing section. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Pool PG 26-06-22 as presented.
I'll second. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Cool PZ 260622 passes. Now, let's see. Come open. Reports from the chairman.
Well, aside from these two businesses that are, we're helping through the process, super excited about that. Really excited about a grant we just received from the federal government. It was a build grant that I've been applying for a little over 3 years. Well, this third time was a charm. We got awarded $6.5 million. So now I'm able to replace every road, paved and dirt road inside the airport, bring it to our current design standards, survey all the public utility easements, signage, lighting, sidewalks, curbs. So we look forward to starting that project hopefully early next year, February at the latest, and hopefully completed by that following summer. It's just about 3.8 miles of roads with a new cattle guard. So that was some good news we received this week, aside from the ALSUPs wanting to come in and the Clark Pacific. Other than that, the mayor's breakfast is going to happen the 23rd of this month. Let you know about that at 7:30 a.m. at 450 North Arizona Boulevard, if you'd like to attend. And that's about all I have.
Okay? It's good enough.
We don't have any updates on any of our projects?
So far, no. We will be bringing some before you that we really can't talk about currently.
You said tell us about the Facebook advertisement.
Oh, so Clark Pacific put a advertisement on Facebook regarding employment opportunities. It looked like it was 144 employees their businesses are trying to fill. And they're advertising in the Coolidge, I think the Coolidge community chat. So that's really good news.
And OSAP's gonna be looking for some people too. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay. Anybody from the public want to come up and speak? Tim, you want to come back and say anything?
Don't tempt me.
Why? I can tempt you all day. Nobody from the public? Okay, I need a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Second?
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Meeting's adjourned.